Good morning. I am Rainer Sander Ramos, and today I will be showing the key results of my project entitled Making Ends Meet Forecasting Urban Population Extremes via Geographic and Temporal Weight Regression, or the GTWR model. This shows the outline of our discussion. So we will tackle first the current status of the Philippines population, and then we will show you some of the cities that we use as predictors for urbanization. And then from there, I will show you the flow chart for the methodology of using the regression analysis with two models, the GWR, or geographically weighted regression, and GTWR, which is geographical and temporal weighted regression. And then we will show the results of these analysis, and finally um, show some forecasting and errors possibly in the population, uh, and finally the summary. Throughout the years, the Philippines population has been steadily growing, and as of today, the Philippines is ranked 8th for the most populated country in Asia, as shown in the left figure. Okay. So you can see here the two most populated countries in Asia and also in the world were India and China, and then followed by um, these few other countries. So we can see that the rate at or the maximum population of the Philippines is so close to Japan, Russia, and Bangladesh, right? And even Egypt and Vietnam. And the figures on the right shows the population of the Philippines since 1960. This data was extracted from Data Commons uh, 2024. Okay. For this project, we will use the Philippines population density data set from 2016 to 2020 extracted from worldpop.org. Okay. And here is in the center is the animation of the Philippine population density from 2016 to 2020. Of course, when you view it in the national level, there might be no obvious changes, but when we zoom in for these three specific areas, we can see some changes. Okay, the lighter the color, the higher the population density, and we can see uh, most change in the Mindanao area, because during these years there's a heightened, or there's a peak activity or peak encounters between the Maute group, especially in the Bangsamoro region, and their encounter with AFP. So we can see how the population migrates or scatters around that area in the Cotabato area and along the Bangsamoro region. We also have this data set of the most populous key cities dated from 2014, extracted from uh, Map Cuisine. Uh, the data was extracted from OpenStreetMap by Mouser, and we only have 23 cities on that shapefile that has population data. Here we can see that Quezon City is the most populous as of that year, while Tagaytay has the least populous key city. Now, from the key cities population and the population density distribution from 2016 to 2020, we can apply regression analysis using GWR, which will be done per year, and GTWR, in which we do everything at once. Okay, So this is the flow chart. The key cities population will be the dependent variable, and the population density distribution will be our predictor. We apply regression analysis and then solve for the residuals or the regressed values. The results for the GWR regression analysis are as follows. So here to the left is the animated population distribution, regressed population distribution using GWR from 2016 to 2020. And we can zoom in specifically at Luzon, wherein from 2016, we have the middle figure and 2020 at the rightmost figure. Here, the lighter the color, the higher the population distribution. And the lower the color, the... Or, sorry. Reverse pala yung ramp. So, the higher the... the lower the... Ano yun? The darker the color, the higher population density, actually. I forgot to reverse the ramp. Sorry. We can see that between these two, there is an evenness of the distribution along the regions in Region 1 or the northern part of Luzon. And this might be because of the COVID lockdown, where people have to really, have to migrate to their home provinces, right? So there's an evening out on this northern to central part of Luzon. This is also true with Visayas and Mindanao, and we can see that the population density in 2020 along the western and central Visayas and even in Zamboanga Peninsula increases, right? In 2020. Okay. Now for the key cities, here's the population trend using the GW regression analysis. And consistently, the Quezon City was tallied the most populous over the year, while Tagaytay City actually increases a little bit. There's a drastic increase from 2014 to 2016, right? While Imo City, which is in the middle population density in 2014, becomes the least populous in 2020, according to our regression analysis. Okay. But actually, the GWR possess or exhibits higher percentage errors for forecasting, as we will see later on. For now, let's compare the distribution or population density distribution results from GWR to the GTWR. In here, we, instead of doing regression per year, we do the regression once using each year as a predictor as well. And we can easily see here in the right figure that geographically, of course, the Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao each respectively are highly connected to highly connected, cities highly connected within each regions, right? And we can see also the evening out of the population density distribution after 2020. Okay. Here's the tabulated results of the forecast for 2024 population and the corresponding percent error for GWR and GWR. For the most populous cities, we have here the highlighted part, the green ones, are those that receives the GTWR percent error that is below 30%. Okay, so mostly accurate, right? But one key difference is that the GTWR shows less error or more less uncertainty in predicting population than using GWR, which results to uh, almost somehow has 1,500% error, which is very very high. And for the low population, least populous key cities, we have relatively high errors for both, but still GWR model can predict better than GWR. So in summary, as urbanization in the Philippines rises, the number of key cities also steadily increases. Although in this project, we only assume that the number of key cities are fixed, right? Urbanization attracts more people via migration and consequently lowers the density of highly populated cities towards on easing out of high dense city, right? And using GTWR regression analysis yields lower average error than just using the GWR, especially in forecasting Philippine population. So it is recommended to include household per capita data as another predictor for urbanization. And furthermore, we can also add more temporal data for the population density to minimize the forecasting errors. Because here we only used 5 years, 5-year data. Okay. So that's all for this project, and thank you for listening.